The interesting thing that God does is this: He never reveals everything about your life. He reveals an image of what your future looks like. And in that revelation of that image, you are able to see what your future look like. But how do you get there? That's where the question is. Because even when you go to the Bible, Joseph had a dream leading and ruling a lot of people. It was a dream. That's everything that every single one of us are holding in our brain. We all have a dream. Bravo, you've achieved life. We have a dream. We've seen how our future looks like. But what are we doing to achieve that future that we've seen? Because so many people ends on the seeing of the dream, then continue living their normal lives. Because for the vision that the Lord gives you, there is a plan which you have to follow through to go to the vision. So how do you get to the vision without going through the plan? That's the question that I ask myself. Are we doing enough? Because I'm sure every single one of us have a plan, but now because life keeps happening, because you keep growing up, you keep getting up, there's now a family involved. There's now people involved who are literally dependent on you. Yet while dependent on you, you are not happy yourself with what you are doing. Then how do you get away from that trap? Ladies and gentlemen, I think this is an interesting video that I'm putting out to the world, that we have to push, man. We need to learn to push. We need to learn to push, because if Joseph had to go through the fact that his brothers had to throw him into the deep, sold him to become a prince, sold him to become to one of the people who was going to Egypt, and they threw him, and he ended up getting arrested because he was getting any way of success. The anointing was speaking. He found himself put in prison. Then somehow he was promoted to who he was. None of us would have ever believed it, because we love these happily ever after stories. But guess what? The plan to get to happily ever after, it's never as easy as we see it. It's never really as easy as we see it. There has to be a journey. There need to be a journey. And that journey is never going to be fair. It's not going to be easy. None of the things we do in life is easy. And sometimes I think we need to look at ourselves in the mirror and actually say, okay, I have to accept fate, and I have to accept the reality that this is where I am. But this is